Welcome back to the DNA Show. I'm Dre Diedrich. This is Ashton Gray. The date is October 4th, 2023, and the Miami Dolphins got whomped by the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, it was a terrible game to watch.
People are gonna force us to talk about this game because they're sickos, and we are journalists. We have to report the facts,
Yeah,
and
so
the facts are Tua Tagovailoa did not lose us that game.
no, he did not. He did look uncomfortable. I will say that, but we didn't have our starting center, and Teron Armstead got hurt. Jalen Phillips didn't, or Jalen Phillips didn't play.
No,
I'm not making excuses,
no,
but
the defense was terrible. Defense sucked.
defense was nasty. Defense was terrible. They didn't bring any blitzes. They didn't pressure Josh Allen whatsoever. Vic Fangio, I don't know what he was doing. He was leaving Stephon Diggs one-on-one with our arguably the worst DB on our team.
Well, I
I
say he's the second best, but why isn't our best on their best?
well, you could say that. Uh, I
Tanner
would say
Kobe,
that too. I would say that too. Not after this game though. I'm just
yeah, no,
yeah,
Stephon Diggs made him his son, no
yeah.
doubt.
It was a weird no safety help over there whatsoever. It was just one-on-one man the entire time. It
This
was
was
a
a very, go
yeah.
ahead.
Go, you can go ahead.
This was a very humbling game as a Dolphins fan. It made me sick to my stomach that the Bills got to do that to us. I hate the Bills.
Yes, but that's all it was one game.
Exactly.
Remember that. Not everybody wins every game except for the Dolphins in 72. But
Shout
but
out the boys.
not everybody wins all games. It's a learning experience. I think everybody kind of felt it and they're ready to rock next week. And our defense better show up and we better get probably 25 sacks against the Giants O line. Um
And our O line better get right too. Like I
oh
said,
yeah,
Connor Wade, Teron Armstead already rolled out. He's not playing. Connor Williams better be back. Liam Eichenberg sucks so bad, especially at center. He was the his PFF grade was a 10. That was the lowest out of all
that's
centers
probably
this
the,
past week.
I think that's the lowest I've ever seen in my life.
The second lowest was a 25. He had a 10 at center this past week against the Bills. He
That
is
is
so bad.
Now remember we did have I can't remember the guy that started in Toronto Armstead's spot against the um Chargers, but he did not do bad. Uh
No,
granted granted they didn't really put Joey Bosa over there whatsoever. Um
but they had
on
Khalil Mack.
on his side, but they had Khalil Mack also. So it was he did fine. We will be fine. It's one game we lose to the Bills.
And the Bills are without Von Miller. But
Yeah,
this is a tough game. People expect us to talk about this game. We are journalists. We report the facts, and we got our butts kicked. So that's the fact. We will bounce back.
I'm still a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, we're still tied for first in the AFC East. So
Yeah, we're still tied for first in the AFC East and AFC period. I think did you say AFC East or did you say AFC?
AFC East, maybe the
Okay,
AFC too. I don't
we were the
know.
only undefeated team in the AFC, so
Well, we're not.
we were.
We were. That's right. One more thing. We have to talk about Justin Herbert. His coaching is so bad, but he was able to overcome it. And I'm only talking about this because I have personal beef with Justin Herbert, and I have to give him credit here. Brandon Staley is the worst coach in the NFL. Should be fired. They had the ball on their own. It was inside their own red zone.
The worst coach in the NFL.
Yeah, worst coach. And going into the this was to like close the game out. Same thing against the Vikings last week, but they didn't get it. 4th and 1, they call a fade to Josh Palmer. Horrible play call for a 4th and 1, by the way. I don't know why you don't just punt it and make a rookie quarterback drive the whole field. But anyways, Herbert throws a great ball, seals the game. Give him props.
Do you think, buddy? Do you think? I hate Justin Herbert. I
Still
don't
hate
give
him.
him any props.
Still hate him.
James, is that your buddy's name, James?
Yes.
Listen to me, James. Justin Herbert sucks, and he will never do anything for the Chargers.
Yeah, tell him that every day.
Hit my line if you have any other feelings.
And Joe Burrow still sucks very bad this year.
Yeah. Joe Burrow's got a lot to work on, which I will say Justin Herbert was not in my top 10 on either side. We'll get into that, but
Wow,
yeah. So
he's my
middle
top.
of the pack quarterback.
He's in one of my tens. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
Yeah, let's actually go ahead and get into it now. I've heard some feedback from the viewers. They don't really care about recaps. Apparently, they want to hear something else. They already
Well,
know.
let's talk about our records right now.
Okay, yeah, let's go and get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Picks last week, I won. I went 10-5. Actually went 8-7.
I went strictly off feeling. I won't do that again, guys. I'm sorry to let y'all
Do you
know.
know ball?
I do know ball.
If someone asks you if you know ball based off these picks, what are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say, watch next week.
If someone asks you why you picked the Cardinals over the 49ers, are you gonna say you know ball still?
Somebody did ask me that, and I said that's what they said about the Cowboys last week. And they said, but the 49ers are the best team in the NFL. And I said, that's what they said about the Cowboys last week.
I think you picked the Raiders over the Chargers too.
Yeah, I just hate Justin Herbert.
I think that was solely a Justin Herbert hate pick.
Yeah, that was a Justin Herbert hate pick. I did pick the Bears over the Broncos, and I looked so good the entire time until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was Justin Fields played great though.
Justin Fields did play great, yes.
4 touchdowns.
He surprised me. He went, what was it, 14 for 14 before he threw his first incompletion.
You also picked the Giants too, which was a terrible.
Yeah, I'm a big Daniel Jones believer. I am no longer a Daniel Jones believer.
Well, so he got sacked 11 times.
Yeah, I've said that every time, which is not Daniel Jones' fault, but
it's not. I mean, to some extent,
it is.
He did the best he could with what he had. But still bad.
And I actually, he's in one of my tens. So.
Yeah, he was pretty bad. All right. Should we get into our quarterback power rankings?
Yes, I will say that you are beating me by 2 picks right now, 2 wins on the year. I'd have to get the correct numbers in, but I beat you by 1. You beat me by 3 this week, so you're up 2 on me right now.
I beat you by 2 this week, so I'm beating you by 1.
You beat me by 1 on the year. Sorry.
Yeah, on the year.
I can't do math.
Should we start with our best power ranking or our worst loser ranking?
I think we can do best power rankings. Do you want to go 10 through 1 or you want to go 1 through 10?
We'll go 10 through 1, 1 being the best.
Okay. So you will hate my number 10, but you go first, buddy.
And we are ranking these based off how they're playing currently right now in this season.
Yes. We're in this year. Granted, my number 10, you're gonna hate, but we'll get to that.
We may have the same number 10. My number 10 is kind of unexpected.
I think your number 10 is probably my number 6.
Okay, we'll see. We'll start off. My number 10 is Baker Mayfield.
Oh, it's not. Okay. My number 10 is Joshua Dobbs. He has the 8th best passer rating in NFL right now. He plays for the Cardinals. That's why he's so hated.
Well, Baker Mayfield does not look like the Baker Mayfield that we've seen in years past. Baker
Mayfield's the same guy that took the Browns to the playoffs his rookie year.
I might be a Baker Mayfield guy again. I kind of gave up on him. I wrote him off. He right back.
Shout out Cooper Clark. He's my buddy. He's a Bucs fan. He texts me every time I say something good about Baker Mayfield.
I don't know. Bucs fans were actually real people.
Yeah, he's from Tampa. He lives in Mississippi. But
not much to root for down there, but
yeah. So number
9. Okay, you go ahead with your number 9.
Number 9, I was forced to put him in here because he has highest passer rating of any quarterback right now. It's his system's fault, but Brock Purdy is number 9.
Okay, yes, yeah. He's not in my top 10. I'm not sold on him.
I'm not either, but I feel like he was a top 10 guy. So
he did look good against the Cardinals, but the Cardinals defense played pretty well. They were
Yeah,
competitive for a
I'm
while there.
telling you, the Cardinals defense is a good defense. If they had any offensive weapons, they would be perfectly fine.
Brock Purdy played fairly well against the Cardinals. I think he only
Well,
had one incomplete pass.
if they had good coaching and better offensive weapons, they have Rondale Moore. He is a speedy guy,
True.
and Joshua Dobbs. He's
My
my
number
guy.
9 is CJ Stroud.
Oh shoot,
He's looking
you
pretty good. I looked up his stats because I haven't watched a single game. Who watches Texans games? But I
CJ
thought
Stroud's that guy, man.
1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns, no picks, 63% completion percentage. That's great for a
Yeah,
rookie through 4 games.
but yeah, CJ
No
Stroud is the
picks.
best rookie to come out of this draft. The best
You may have
quarterback to come
been
out of this draft.
you may have been right about that.
All right, on to number 8.
I got Matthew Stafford at number 8.
Okay,
The
I put.
Rams. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll let you talk about it. I put Baker Mayfield. Go ahead.
Okay, the Rams have been pretty explosive on offense. Puka Nakua is definitely in the lead for offensive rookie of the year right now. He's going
Yes,
crazy. Matthew Stafford has 1,229 yards. He's thrown 3 touchdowns and 5 picks, which is not that great. He'd have been
that's the
higher for what.
reason. Yeah, that's the reason they can't get it in. Is what I'm going with.
Well,
They
with Cooper
haven't
Cup,
scored a whole bunch of points, but the
Cooper Cup is
Rams.
back this week, I believe, and I think Stafford will rise.
Actually, he's still on the IR as of now.
Okay, as of now, he's
As of
he's
yeah,
supposed to practice this week.
yeah.
All right.
So, on to number 7, I have Mr. Lamar Jackson
Hmm.
at number 7. He hasn't shown. He's been better these last 2 weeks, but he hasn't shown MVP Lamar yet, and I'm waiting on it. I'm hoping on it. I love MVP Lamar, even though he plays in the AFC. So,
Yeah,
go
and
ahead.
he's back to scramble. He's back to running more, which is always fun to
Yes,
watch.
his feet are working a little bit.
Yeah, and Zay Flowers is explosive. Most
Yeah.
underrated rookie out of this draft class, I think. He's been great for them so
Yeah.
far. My number 7 is Kirko Chains.
Oh,
Kirk
dang.
Cousins. 1,200
Big Kirk.
yards, 11 TDs, 4 picks, 69% completion percentage. Nice.
I will
But
say,
he's been insane. I mean, they have I think they're 1-3, got their first one over the Panthers, but their defense sucks. He's been good.
yeah, he's been very good. This Panthers game was actually his worst game.
Yeah.
But I actually put him a little higher, but we'll get to that also.
Yeah, we need to try to make this list as unbiased as possible because
We're trying. I've
we're,
definitely tried.
we're journalists. We report the facts.
Yeah, I definitely tried. And Justin Herbert just sucks. So
Yeah. Who was your 7? Or did you already say it?
Lamar Jackson.
Okay, yeah. All right, number 6. I have Jared Goff at number 6. This is
Okay.
actually a little bit of bias. I know we just said we're not being biased on this,
Yeah.
but I just love Jared Goff. He's at 1,029 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks, 70% completion percentage. That that Lions team is frisky. They're not somebody I don't want to play right now, honestly. Jared Goff, he's a game manager, but he gets the ball to weapons. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the ball in his hands. If Jared Goff can get it to him, he's insane. That offense is scary. That team is scary.
We're on 6, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I actually have the rookie, Mr. CJ Stroud, at 6.
Okay.
He's fourth in passing yards in the entire NFL. He plays on the Texans. That's why he's not getting the recommendation that he deserves. Recognition that he deserves, not recommendation. They're, I believe, 2-2 though. I believe they're not. Are they?
And they want the Steelers.
And they want the Steelers. Yeah.
That
Kenny
defense is
Pickett is not top 10. I will say that.
oh yeah, you can write him off the list right now.
Yeah.
He is
So
on my bottom 10.
he is also on my bottom 10. So CJ Stroud's number 6. I believe in him. I think he'll be kind of a case of Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins type deal where they kind of fly under the radar for a while. And then, well, Baker Mayfield didn't, but he after his first rookie year, he started flying under the radar a little bit. and just be really good year in and year out, and just not get the recognition they deserve. So
Are the Texans 2-2?
I believe so. Let me check real quick.
Because that would mean they're tied for first in the AFC South.
Let's see. I want to say that they beat the
I think they're
they
one.
beat the Steelers and the Jags because they
Oh,
crushed the Jags. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. So they
if
could
they
be.
win, if they win, they win. Now they did lose to the Ravens pretty bad. They only lost to the Colts by 11, 2-score game. They beat the Texans 37 or the Jags 37-17, and then the Steelers 30-6. So
Yeah. All right, let's go to number 5. Let's hear yours. Are you drinking? Number 5, I got Justin Herbert. I didn't want to do it, but we are unbiased journalists. Report the facts. He's looked good. 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, 1 pick, 71% completion percentage. He gets the ball to his weapons. Even Brandon Staley, which they have Kellen Moore now, one of the best OCs in the NFL. But Justin Herbert, hurts to say, but he's good.
He's not on my top 10.
He's not good against the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's cheeks, man.
He actually was good. He actually was good that game. They lost.
He was all right. So my number 5, top 5 is where it gets more predictable for me.
Okay.
But number 5 is Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Now, the only person on an undefeated team besides Brock Purdy. But I don't believe he is the Jalen Hurts we saw last year. I think he can get there.
I agree.
But he's for some reason taking a little bit longer to kind of start that sucker up. I think he's getting there soon. He just hasn't been there quite yet. So that's why I have him at 5.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get out of it. He's not in my top 10, so sorry, Jason.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's not the same passer he was. Yeah, like you said, he's not in 2022 Jalen Hurts mode yet.
Yeah. He's not MVP runner up Jalen Hurts, but he's still Jalen Hurts.
He's Jalen Hurts. That's right. He is Jalen Hurts.
You put both of the quarterbacks that are undefeated, not top 10.
Yeah, because they have 2 of the best defenses in the NFL. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts isn't good. He's probably 11.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways,
whatever you want, buddy. Number 4, I have Mr. Kirko Chains here. At 4, he's leading the league in passing yards.
He is not.
I believe. Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
I mean, no, he's not. I'm lying to you. He's 3rd. My fault.
Okay.
I know who's leading. Matthew Stafford is 2nd. Yeah, Matthew Stafford is 2nd. He was leading last week. I got it mixed up. Yeah, so he's doing everything he can do. It's hard for him to win with. Again, I haven't really watched them very much, like I said last time, but their defense apparently is not good.
No.
So
not good.
I guess I need to really watch the Vikings more, but they're just not fun to watch. It's just pitch and catch all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would much rather watch the Titans run it down somebody's throat 24 plays in a row than I would just watch Kirk Cousins throw it to Justin Jefferson every play.
I do like that. I like seeing Justin Jefferson get the ball.
I do like Justin Jefferson and him being good, but they're just a boring team. I wish they would get Alexander Mattinson or Cam Akers a little bit more going in. Cam Akers did
just taking a snap as a Viking yet.
Yeah, he has 2 catches, 8 yards per catch.
Okay.
He ran the ball
last week. My number 4 is Lamar Jackson. He's probably been the most under the radar quarterback this year. I haven't heard much about him at all. But he's got 794 passing yards, 220 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. But no quarterback. The NFL's a passing league now, but they have a college-minded offensive coordinator. Was at Georgia last year. He looks good. He changes the game. He makes you account for the run.
Yes.
And he's got some weapons now. Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Odell is obviously old now, so
Yeah,
still kind of productive.
old and washed.
Yeah, I've never been an Odell fan though, so we're not going to get into talking about it.
All right. All right. Well, who's number 3?
My number three, this may come as a shocker to some people, but Patrick Mahomes.
Oh shoot! Our top 3s are the same. I know it, but that's not who my 3 is.
I don't think they are.
You don't think they
Oh,
are?
oh yeah, they're the same, but probably not the
Yeah.
same order. Yeah,
All
I got
right.
Mahomes at three. He doesn't look great this year against the Jets. He looked bad. Two picks should
First,
have been three. That third pick they called defensive holding on was not defensive holding. Should be
yes,
three
correct.
picks, and the Jets probably should have won.
Yeah, the Jets 100% should have won that game. Now, Patrick Mahomes in the first quarter was the Patrick Mahomes we love to see,
Yeah,
but for some reason, man, Taylor Swift's getting to him.
trying to get the ball to Travis Kelsey too much,
Yeah, I guess so.
but no,
So
he looked bad.
my number 3 is actually Mr. Joshua Allen.
Wow.
He is number 3. Now, I hate to say this, but I've been a pretty big Josh Allen fan since he came in the league. He's a Bills guy.
I respect you.
I wanted him to succeed, but not too well. You know what I mean?
I
Not
got
like
you.
Tom Brady will,
Yeah,
but he like Ryan Fitzpatrick will. So
he's so good.
he is very good. I mean, dude, he's 6'5", 240, moves like nobody's business. It's
He
insane.
he embarrassed us the other day.
Yeah, he made us look like we were middle schoolers.
It was
Or the
bad.
Broncos. He made us look like we were
Yeah,
the Broncos.
we got reversed karma for scoring
Yeah.
70. All right, who's your number two?
My number 2 is actually Patrick Mahomes.
Mm.
So we just talked about him a lot. That's the only reason I talked about him as much is because he's not the same Patrick Mahomes, but he shows flashes of it, and I can see it poking out. Just this year, it's hard to put Patrick Mahomes anywhere past the top 3.
Yeah, when he plays a competent defense, he's shown he's not the same. He's not an MVP Mahomes. He's not an MVP front runner Mahomes.
I think he can be.
He can't. He will get there. I believe he will get
Yeah, I think he'll get there right at the right time. He might not win MVP this year. Hopefully, he won't win MVP this year,
there. Yeah, hopefully.
but he will turn it on for the playoffs and become Patrick Mahomes. Meet the Dolphins in the AFC Championship. Lose to the Dolphins in the AFC Championship.
In a perfect world, yes.
Yeah, in a perfect world.
All right,
Number
my number
2,
two.
Tua
This
Tagovailoa.
this pains me so much to say, but we are unbiased. We are unbiased here at DNA. My number two is Tua Tagovailoa. He It's not because he's bad at all. He leads the league in QBR and passing yards and touchdowns, or
He's
tied for
actually
first touchdowns.
he's actually second in QBR
Behind
by
who?
by 0.05 points to Mr. Brock Purdy.
Okay, he doesn't count. All right, Tua's good. He is not the reason we lost that game. He's still MVP front runner in my unbiased opinion.
Yeah.
He's just good. Most accurate quarterback in the NFL, and that's no bias. You can look up the stats. 71% completion percentage.
Yeah, Josh Allen has 74.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this really is my unbiased number two. At this point in time, he is playing the second best in the NFL.
Okay, so I'm guessing we go to number 1 now.
Yeah,
Well, my number 1, I just haven't said quite yet. We do have to run through this a little bit quicker, but my
yeah,
Tua Tagovailoa is number 1. He again most yards in the NFL, not by a large margin. Didn't have a great game last week. He felt kind of uncomfortable. Looked like he felt kind of uncomfortable. It was a weird situation. O-line needs some help, but I think uh, at the end of the day, he's still number 1. Is it because he's in the system? Maybe, but he also has to make those throws still. It's not easy to throw to the fastest man in the football. So
exactly. He is not a system quarterback. Which being a system quarterback is not an insult in my opinion.
No.
Every
Unless you're talking about a 49ers quarterback, it's not an insult.
every quarterback is a system quarterback if you
Correct.
think about
Yeah.
it. Every
Yeah.
quarterback has to play to their system.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson has literally changed the system because of who he was.
Exactly.
So
And
they built a system around him. They built a system around Tua. They didn't
people
just bring
saying
these guys in for nothing.
people saying like, "Oh, Dolphins offense got exposed. They finally got stopped. They're not revolutionizing offenses." Like literally, I've seen multiple teams start doing motion stuff out of the backfield because of the Dolphins.
Yes, we run 70% of our plays with a motion in the backfield.
And
Now, granted, we didn't invent that, but
no, we didn't. But our system is great, and Tua is built for that. Has adjusted to that system from Brian Flores' trash system. So I mean, he's progressed. So let me stop. Right. All right.
he's about to start. He's about to start seeing red, buddy.
My number one is Josh Allen.
Ah,
Since the Jets game where he was abominable.
yeah, 3 picks.
He's thrown for 812 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 1 pick. And they put up about 30 points a game.
Yeah.
He's in my unbiased opinion, he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Now he does have. This is strictly stats again. He looked way better than Tua this week. Not way better, but better than Tua this week. Our defense was terrible, but we won't do that. They are both tied for 9 touchdowns this year. Josh Allen does have one interception more, but again, that was because 3 came into one game.
Right.
Now Tua technically threw in our 4 games, 1 in each game almost. He didn't throw one against the Broncos, but you know,
yeah,
yeah. They could put me out there. I don't think I would have thrown a pick to Broncos. So
next week, I think or later on in the season, this list will be completely different.
Yes,
but that is our
I say we will probably do this every 4 weeks.
Every 4 weeks sounds good.
All right. So week 8, look out for it.
All right, let's get into the top 10 worst losers. 1 being the absolute worst quarterback in the NFL, 10 being the worst loser, I guess.
And are we going 10-1 again?
Yeah, we'll go 10-1.
Okay. So who's your number 10?
My number 10 is Deshaun Watson, which I know he didn't play this past week, but the games he has played in, he doesn't look like how much money he's getting paid, $180-something million.
200 and something guaranteed.
200 something, whatever. He has not looked good. Granted, their defense is the reason why they won games. That defense is unreal.
Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson doesn't.
They're a gritty defense.
Losing Nick Chubb doesn't help him at all. But I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Deshaun Watson. He just doesn't. He hasn't looked good this year.
Correct. So we'll run through this pretty quick. My number 10 is old Joseph Burrow. He's looked absolutely terrible this year. The only reason I put him at 10 is because I know his upside. Now, granted, he's playing probably around the 4 mark right now, but his upside is better than most of these guys. So
we're ranking this off how they are right.
Yes, but you got to have some type of upside look to it.
That's okay. I agree with you. I think
that's why I didn't
figure
put
it
Mahomes. That's why I put Mahomes 2 and not 3, is because his upside is a lot higher.
He's also battling an injury right now.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
All right, my number 9 is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay. My number 9 is Justin Fields.
Okay.
Even after that great game, I still think number 9. I think that pulled him out of like the 3 range and put him in the 9 range.
Really? Up 6 spots?
I believe so, just because he's been so unbelievably bad.
He did the. I'm a Justin Fields guy. I was happy to see him succeed Sunday.
And my number 1's the same way, but he didn't move at all. So
yeah, the Broncos defense is terrible though.
Yeah,
as we've seen. All right, my number 8. Go ahead.
My number 8 is your boy Anthony Richardson. I'm not seeing what everybody's seeing. I don't know what's going on with all this rah-rah, he's the greatest guy ever type thing. He just looks like he's just a backup quarterback. But
he did lead the Colts to a 23-point comeback. They lost in overtime, but they came back in the second half, 23 points. against the Rams, and they did lose, but that's a win for both teams. Anthony
Yeah,
Richardson showed
yeah.
he can come back from a heavy
He looked
deficit.
he looked pretty bad last week. So
My number 8 is Jordan Love. I'm not sold on him. He looked terrible against the Lions on Thursday night. And yeah,
he's
he's not good.
my number 7 is Mr. Deshaun Watson. He just doesn't look good. Not worth the 232 million or whatever he had. We've already said all this, so go ahead.
Yeah. My number 7 is Daniel Jones.
Mm,
I based this off of last night, which it's not all his fault. He did get sacked 11 times. Doesn't have that great a weapon. Saquon was out, but if you got to get the ball to Darren Waller, he catches maybe 2 balls a game and probably averages 20 yards per game. That's got to be
yeah,
frustrating as a Giants fan.
yeah. They went out and got him and just decided not to use him.
He's supposed to be
Which
your top leader in
yeah,
receiving yards right
yeah. He's interesting.
now. Number 6.
Number 6, I have Ryan Tannehill. Go
Okay.
Fins. Ryan Tannehill he's just washed. You can't really say much about him. I mean, he's not a terrible quarterback, but he's washed.
He's a game manager.
Yeah.
My number 6 is Mac Jones.
Mm.
He looked absolutely horrific against the Cowboys this past weekend. Didn't even get to finish the game because he played so bad. Yeah, Mac Jones has never. I don't know. I've seen him in people's top 10 before. He has never been that to me, and as an
He
unbiased.
has it. Now he did do the same thing with Baker Mayfield and take him to the playoffs his rookie year, but Bill Belichick had a lot to do with that also.
At least they squeaked in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But then they got blown out by the Bills.
Yeah. So number 5, I actually have Daniel Jones.
Okay.
Um, I'm a big Daniel Jones believer. It's not all his fault, but he just does. The stats don't look good. Now, granted, when you watch him, the whole team doesn't look good, but
Yeah, that
yeah,
line's
that's
bad.
yeah.
My number 5 is Joe Burrow. He
Mm,
has looked so bad this year. That offense as a whole has looked so bad. He's battling through injury a little bit, but if I'm the Bengals, I sit him for at least a week and let him get healthy. And it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
long season.
why not? I mean, you're already down 2 games, or so. Are they 1-3 now? Aren't they?
Yeah,
You're down. Yeah, so you're already 1-3. Why not just take one more loss and have healthy Joe Burrow back?
I think it's panic time for the Bengals.
Yes.
They aren't looking good. All right, number 4.
Number 4, I have Mac Jones.
Okay,
I like Mac Jones, kind of, sort of. He's kind of like looks like a white dad, but
not allowed. Not allowed to like him.
yeah, sorry, but
Well,
he
I'm not.
again, a system quarterback. You can't really do much if your coach is going insane because he's 87 years old. So
Yeah, still the goat. All right,
yeah,
my number 4 is Justin Fields. He would have been 1 this week if not for his performance against the Broncos. I was highly impressed. He looked really good. 4 touchdowns, 300 something yards, I think. That defense, he's not the reason they lost to the Broncos.
it's not. Justin Fields is usually not the reason, but he also has just really bad progressions. He's just he. I think he got comfortable now. I think once after this game, he's going to be a different Justin Fields, though.
I was very high on him before the season started. I thought he was going to have a breakout year, but
I believe that.
he's on the upswing.
Yeah, he can't go
Still,
farther up than what he did. But all right, number 3, I have Mr. Kenneth Pickett.
wow.
Yeah, he looks bad. I mean,
Yeah, he
he's got
does.
he's got weapons. Deontay Johnson,
He's out.
Najee Harris, George Pickens. Well, still George Pickens. I mean, come on, dude, get it to somebody.
Yeah,
George Pickens will want that ball, dude. He will have those yard after catch yards.
it
Those
doesn't
yards
help
after.
their OC has half brain, but
Yeah,
Matt
yeah.
Canada, people, quick, Tyreek and Brush shout out, fire Matt Canada. My number 3 is Zach Wilson. He
Mm,
he did he showed some growth against the Chiefs.
yeah.
Sort of, kind of showed some growth. Um,
Oh, he was a really good quarterback last night.
takes a lot of criticism from the media. Joe Namath
Yes.
Joe Namath said, who is a Jets legend, said that they should bench Zach Wilson. I've never heard like commentators and people like that call a quarterback garbage like in a game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it,
He's actually taking it really well though, which I really appreciate him.
yeah,
I really admire him for taking it so well. I mean, even that Joe Namath comment, he said, "Look, he's one of the greatest. We all understand that I have to get better. I'm starting with myself. Yada yada yada." So
yeah.
he
So
understands.
halfway shout out to Zach Wilson.
Yeah, halfway shout out.
All right,
All
number
right,
two.
who's your number two?
My number two is Desmond Ritter.
Whoa, not in my bottom 10.
He's been bad. He's got 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He looked terrible. He threw 2 disgusting picks against the Jaguars in London this Sunday, which I watched that game. Shout out to me for waking up early.
Yeah, shout out to
But
you, buddy.
but no, he's looked bad. They just give it to Bijan the whole time, and they don't use Kyle Pitts, which is blows my mind. If I'm
Yeah,
Desmond Ritter, Kyle Pitts is my best friend.
yeah,
All right,
he's
your number two.
Kyle Pitts is a beast. My number two is Bryce Young. He has looked
Ooh,
not number one pick worthy. I'm not saying bust quite yet. He just has not looked very good. And granted, he doesn't have the greatest weapons. I've never said that he had weapons. So, I mean,
but
Adam Thielen's good.
You're a bingo meat rider.
Yeah, Mingo is a weapon.
Yeah, no
Don't forget
weapons.
that. Mingo is a weapon, but he doesn't use them.
Yeah,
Um,
I actually put him in my bottom 10 just solely because he missed 1 game. I haven't formed an opinion on him yet.
Interesting. You put Deshaun Watson in your bottom 10. He
I
missed one.
did, but the worst quarterback in the NFL right now,
Wait, who was your number two?
Desmond Ritter.
Oh, yeah.
The worst quarterback in the NFL right now is Kenny Pickett. He looks
Interesting.
terrible. The Steelers are going to have to win games with their defense, which is never a fun thing as a fan. Trust me. It's it's going to get worse before it gets better for the Steelers, I think.
Yeah, so my number one is actually Zachary Wilson.
Okay,
He
that's fair.
showed so much upside last night, and I enjoyed it. I loved watching it. I didn't like the Jets like being good, but everybody loves an underdog story.
That's true.
So I think he's at the bottom. There's only one way to go up, so I'm kind of helping him out here.
Anyway. All right, that was a good 2 rankings. Hope y'all
Yeah,
enjoyed.
y'all let us know what you want us to rank next.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll try our best. We need some new segments.
Yeah.
Give us any
Week
idea.
eight, week 8, we will do this again with updated rankings. The team rankings take a long time, but we will do it if you want us to. So,
All right. Thanks for watching. Come back for the preview coming out
Friday.
Friday. Peace.
Peace.